Hey lovely people, I hope you all are doing well. Today in this video we are going to be discussing what moisture training is. Okay, so we're going to be talking about what moisture training is, how to moisture train, and the benefits of moisture training your hair. Alright, so if you're interested in learning more, then continue to watch. So to answer the first question, what is moisture training? Moisture training is basically training your hair to be receptive of moisture and to also maintain moisture, okay? So just training your hair to be receptive of moisture and being able to maintain moisture is what moisture training is. And I feel like this topic is right on time because the winter months are approaching, and who doesn't want to learn how to train their hair to stay moisturized and be receptive of moisture? Okay, so now that we have an understanding of what it is, now we're going to talk about how do you moisture train. All right, so this moisture training, it may sound like this new thing or this new method, but more than likely you are already doing this in your regimen. All right, so how do we moisture train? So let's take our wash day, for example, okay? So the first thing that we can do to help infuse our hair with moisture, it starts with how our wash day looks. So first things first, pre-pooing. Some people may feel that pre-pooing is an unnecessary extra step in their wash day regimen, and that may be true for some people, but pre-pooing has benefits, and the reason I'm bringing up pre-poo is because it does have its moisture benefits, okay? So think about it like this. When you're shampooing your hair, we are all familiar that shampoo, it cleanses and it strips hair of any oils and any pre-existing moisture that was left in the hair prior, okay? So say you're washing your hair, but you're starting off on hair that's dry, hair that has been kind of neglected, hair that's tangled, and say you don't pre-poo and you just hop right in the shower and just shampoo your hair. Well, all the shampoo is going to do is maximize the dryness and the tangles and breakage ultimately, okay? It's going to heighten those things, all right? So when it comes to pre-poo acts as a barrier between your hair and the shampoo. All right, so that's step one of how to help your hair be more receptive of moisture and how to help it to maintain moisture. All right, so once you shampoo your hair, you go ahead and you deep condition afterwards, or you use a regular conditioner, but always follow up with a conditioner. All right, and so this to me is a key factor to actually making your hair receptive of the moisture, because if you skip the conditioning or deep conditioning, what you have left to work with after shampooing is just dry hair. All right, unless you're using some moisturizing shampoo. But ultimately, your hair is still going to be dry after shampooing it. So you want to make sure that you're putting back that moisture into your hair. I feel as though conditioning and using like a rinse out conditioner or a deep conditioner is the foundation before styling your hair, the foundation before actually putting the moisture into your hair. So you first have to have that foundation to work off of first. All right. So conditioning is very important. You don't want to miss that step, and it's going to help your hair become more receptive for moisture. So once you have walked through those steps, pre-pooing, shampooing your hair, conditioning it, now you're going to follow up with your moisturizing process. So we are already familiar with either the lock method or the LCO method. Use whichever one works best for your hair. All right, both are very beneficial. I personally prefer to do the LCO method, which is liquid, cream conditioner, and then sealing with an oil. All right, so we go ahead and we follow that routine. We follow that process. We follow those steps in order to moisturize our hair. Once we continue that, or once we proceed with those steps, you'll notice your hair will be moisturized and it'll have shine to it. and all those good things. All right. So that's basically how you moisture train, or how you moisturize your hair. All right. So where does the training part come in? The training part comes in when you do this one thing. This is what activates the training part. This is what activates your hair being able to retain moisture and being able to be receptible to moisture. This is the key factor. So the key factor here, the key factor that activates the training is just simply being consistent with those processes that I just listed, okay? So that is the pre-pooing, the deep conditioning, then following up with the LOC or the LCO method, and being consistent with that. That's the training part, okay? If you want to train something or you want to achieve something, you have to be consistent at it, and you have to do it over and over until it becomes instinct, and until you start to reap the benefits of what you're training for. So now that leads me on to the benefits of moisture training. So what are the benefits of moisture training? So benefit number one is that your hair will be moisturized. All right. And there's so many benefits that fall up under just that. Moisturized hair, less breakage, and so on and so forth. You'll also notice that your hair's elasticity will increase. And basically elasticity, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's like elastic. So you think of a rubber band, you can stretch it and it won't break. If your hair is lacking elasticity, that means that it's easier to snap and it's easier to break. So having increased elasticity is a good thing, because we will be able to retain our length and our hair won't be breaking, or it won't break and snap off. So that's a very crucial and fortunate benefit to have for your hair. Another benefit to moisture training is your hair will have a sheen to it. It'll look just like well put. It'll look moisturized. It'll have a sheen to it. And overall, it'll help to maintain the integrity of your hair strands. Another key benefit to moisture training is that your hair will be hydrated, and as a result, it'll be prone to less breakage. And I would also like to add that moisture training also helps to reduce tangles in your hair. When your hair is fully moisturized, the strands are hydrated and rejuvenated, and the integrity of the hair is not compromised, therefore reducing tangles and breakage in your hair. So if you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking around. And please comment down below and share with me if you are already moisture training, or if this is something you would consider implementing and being consistent with. As the winter months approach, please let me know what your hair care routine entails, and what is your plan to keep your hair moisturized throughout the rest of the year. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, peace and blessings. Ryan Little.